Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I feel like I haven't seen you in centuries. How are you, Beetle? Almost forgot. How are you, Bee? I know it's been so dreadfully long, but you're here now. So what can I do for you this magnificently dreadful evening? I would be honored to make you a new suit. Did you have something in particular in mind? Okay. Pinstripe and full suit. Okay, any colors? Alright. Interesting. And it's been a while, so I think we're going to have to remeasure you. That's okay? Yeah, I think back when you last got one of your suits tailored, I was still using a string for measurements that I marked. But times have changed. Everything's just so much more modern. These days, I've upgraded to a fabric measuring tape. Much easier, much more streamlined process, I think. It's really helped my productivity and leaves much less room for error. Now, anything else besides the suit? No? Well, if you're ever thinking about a smart hat, or I may have some fun little pocket squares, bow ties, things of that nature. If you ever... No, just the suit. Well, you can't say that I didn't try. Well, go ahead and get comfortable, hon. It's gonna be a little bit. Is there anything I can get you to drink? No, I guess you've got me. Yes, I suppose if I've gotten you all liquored up, then you're much more likely to acquiesce to some of the add-ons. What can I say? I'm shameless. Well, let's start with the chest circumference, shall we? If you could just lift up your arms for me. There we go. And all around. Okay. Just be still for me. Still getting the hang of it, I think. So all our measurements these days are in inches, which it's a little finicky, but it's much more scientific than hand widths, finger lengths, hand lengths. You remember how it was. A lot more tailoring was involved. let's do the neck circumference. I'll be quick here. Coming around here. There. So your suit's a little worse for wear. You should have come a little earlier. I was doing all these specials, fabric closeout. Just getting in some new inventory. But you're here now. That's what's important. Let me see. Right. So let's go ahead and come right here. And then we'll go down all the way to the wrist. Down, down, down. Good. Okay. And hand meets the wrist there. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Now what's been new with you, hon? Kind of shenanigans have you been up to as of late? I heard about that. Nasty business with the Maitlands. So, what's your bright new idea now that that particular endeavor has been, for lack of a better word, squashed? Kind of in between things. Yes, I would say I know what that is like, but truthfully, I've been quite happily employed these centuries. Let's do the circumference around your biceps. It'll take me just a moment to rewrap this. See, that is one of the drawbacks of not using string. I can't just wind it up real quick, like real lickety split. One has to be quite conscientious about rolling it back up in a nice way. Now let's see if you could just lift your arm a little bit for me. Okay, we'll just wrap this around. Wrap that around. Good. And the other arm, if you could just lift that for me. There we go. You're a lot less squirmish than the last time we did this. Oh, what a day that was. Just couldn't stop bouncing around, couldn't stop talking. But you're being very, very good this time around. Is there a reason you're not being very naughty? Well, I'm not exactly convinced. I'll be keeping my eye on you. Now, if you could give me your wrist, please. Yep, just a little forward here. Good. Good. And the other side. Just around the wrist. Just around the wrist. Oh, there we go. Good. Go ahead and relax there. just going to have you relax and just hold your arms at the side as you normally would. Don't bring them forward, don't bring them back, just let them relax. Let your shoulders relax, let your hands relax. I'm just going to come right here. We're going to go all the way down to the tip of the thumb so we can get our length. Right. Good. And just let me double check that on the other side. Okay. Arm lengths were pretty much the same, so I don't imagine this will be too much different. Okay, good. And we'll double check on the back as well. Very good. Now, I do admit, over the centuries, I have lost a little bit of mobility. So if you could be a deer for me and turn around so that I can get the measurements on the back, I would be indebted to you. It's a figure of speech. Don't think it's serious. Just turn around for me. Good. And let's just go across the shoulders here. Good. It does get dreadfully boring down here. I must admit that even if you had decided to be awfully ornery, I think I could entertain it for a little bit. And let's see, let's do the neck, shoulder length here. Just feel me right at the neck and along the shoulder here. Don't be alarmed. Good. And let me see. Oh, terribly clumsy. It's the burden of age, isn't it? Oh, I remember a few centuries ago, I was running all around the underworld. Now, well, things have gotten more convenient. Nowadays, one can order on the web. You know the web, right? You can get yourself a little spider to just bring you whatever it is you need within a reasonable amount of time. Left side. Right, and then we go to... Let's do... Okay, just go ahead and relax your shoulders, dear. Yes, you're hitching them up a little bit. Let's just relax them down. Let me push them down. Push them down. Okay, roll them back a little. Stand up straight and tall. Right? Stand up tall for me. Otherwise, you're going to get a misstructured suit, and that is a cardinal sin, especially when it's got my name on the make. Let's see, right across here. That back. Very good. Okay. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Just relax for me. Now we'll remeasure down to the thumb. Now let's go ahead and come right here all the way down to the tip of the thumb. And make sure it covers that perky little... My apologies. Was a little crass, was it not? As I said, it's been dreadfully boring here. Okay, so I think it could be just a bit longer here. But let me just double check on the other side. Let me see. Yes, I think so. Okay. This side's a little more accurate for measuring anyway, but it's good to just check. Yes? It's good to check. That way we make sure we have the most accurate numbers possible. We want a beautiful structure to the garment. We want it to be a work of art. And I think, let's see, so this was just. Good. Now you can turn around again. And face me. And we'll get some of your mid-body measurements, I think. We'll do the waist, the stomach, the hips, all of those good little numbers. So, now I want you to just relax here. Don't suck in. Just relax. Okay? Right. Just relax. Just relax. Yeah, let's just bring this. There. There, how was that? Was that too tight, or does that feel just right? Can you breathe here comfortably? Take a breath for me. In. And out. That feels snug, or was it tight? Good, good. We want snug, we don't want tight. Last thing always needs to be rewound. But that is the nature of the beast, is it not? It is indeed. It certainly could be much worse. Could be transcribing hand lengths, finger lengths, hand widths, finger widths. But instead I have this little clumsy thing. That's alright. Just have to keep in mind what your measurement was, lest we have to do it again. It's a little quiet in the underworld today, is it not? Yes. Hasn't been much going on, which almost makes me a bit wary, I think. You know, this time of year, it's always hustling and bustling. Everyone's getting ready for the veil to become a little thinner. I don't particularly care too much, but I know that so many others do. It's been much too long for me to really have any interest in whatever's going on up there. Now, around the stomach here. Same rules apply. Don't suck in your stomach. Just relax. And we will get you measured. Okay. And how is this? Remember, we want it snug. We don't want it tight. We don't want it loose. Take a breath in for me. And out. How was that? Snug? Good. And now we get into the hips. So I'm gonna have to ask that you don't do any funny business here. I may be a flirt, but there's absolutely nowhere that's gonna go. It's all a part of the job, darling. Hold still for me. Very good. Alrighty. Good. Okay. Okay. Not too bad across the ass, huh? And let's go ahead and do the out seam. We can get the measurements across the lengths. And then we'll do the inseam, and then we'll do this. You know how it is. Many, many numbers. Many numbers. Alright, so we'll go right here. And we're just gonna go along the out seam here until we hit trouser break right here. Alright, I like that. That's a clean number. We like clean numbers here. Now let's get the leg length on the other side. Right. Just go ahead and stay still for me. Ooh, these shoes look a little worse for wear. Should possibly be in the market for some new. See, you should have accepted that drink at the beginning, and then I could have talked you into something real snazzy. But no, we've got to be stingy. Think after all these years, you'd want a whole ensemble, and not just buying things piece by piece. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just you've been doing it for a while. But it's none of my business, as long as you come to my place of business for all your little separates. Good. Now I think let's grab the inseam, and I'll have to say again, absolutely no funny business. I will kick you out of here as fast as you can say, but it was a joke. Alright, right in here. Okay. Swear to God, anything moves, I will cut it off. Don't think I won't. Good. Okay. Good. Yeah, on the other side. Excellent. Let's get this wrapped up. Such a tedious thing, but still, it is soothing, is it not? I think so. It makes it all a little more worthwhile. It's not just busy work. It has a purpose. It has a purpose. Now, let's do the inside leg. Okay, so go ahead and just stand with your feet about shoulder width apart for me. I'm gonna have you here for just a few minutes. All right, stay still for me. Same drill, anything moves, not happening. Okay. There we go. Good. And on the right side. Good. Oh, just relax. This is supposed to be fun. I'm having fun. Let's see. Good. And I think last one, measure the thigh. So just stay in that shoulder width stance, and we'll finish this up. And then we'll get to the fun part. We'll talk about some fabrics, we'll talk about some fits. Okay, good. Last one. Good. Good. Okay. All right. You can take a seat now. And let's get down to brass tacks. Give me a moment to jump up. Good. Now let's see. Shoulder type. Got a bit of a high shoulder there. I can't lie. It's kind of hard getting those shoulders to go down, you know, like a normal person. Regular. Okay, and wait. Okay. Good. All right. So, you said pinstripe. And I've got a few pinstripes, but I actually might want to steer you in a different direction, would you allow me to just talk about maybe what I'm seeing with you, or are you pretty married to that pinstripe? Okay. I'll try to keep it in the stripe family, I think, because I've got some smart fabrics. Okay. So we're gonna keep it broad stripe. Now as for the fabric type, right now I've got, of course, wool. I've got some linen, but that's kind of coming out of season. So linen's gonna be your summer suit. And I do have cotton, but I think you're a little good for cotton. I do not have cashmere. I've run out of cashmere, unfortunately, but I've still got good old wool. So what are we thinking fabric type? Yeah, this suit you have on here, this one was a cotton one, which did you well for a while, but it's definitely showing a lot of wear. And I'd really like to put you in wool, I think. I'd like to see you in wool. So let's look at wool. And I think for the weave, let's go a twill weave. I want to do a twill. Okay, so flannel, no. Tweed, no. Serge, I don't know that I want a serge. Let's see, gabardine, houndstooth, barley cord, shark skin, worsted. Worsted wool. We're gonna do worsted wool. So let's talk colors. Are there any colors that you absolutely would detest? Something you would not wear? See, we've got white, black, green, purple going on. Is there anything you wouldn't wear? Okay, so summertime neons. It's very rare that I saw those here anyway. Okay, well, give me a second. You know, I have something I want to try, I think. Just through here. Yeah, that might actually work. So, how do you feel about blue? More specifically, this is a dark French navy blue. Very luxurious, a gorgeous color. It's not just your daddy's navy blue. No, this one is more of a purple toned blue. So it's got a bit of gray, got a bit of purple in addition with the blue. So it's got a flat color to it. It's not bright, but it is bold in a very timeless, classic sort of way. How do we feel about dark French navy blue? I really think this might be a good one. So in addition to that, it's a stripe, but it's not a pinstripe. The stripes are equal width, but you have the dark French navy blue flanked by a blue-based black. Now this is a very saturated blue-based black. It would be difficult to pick out the blue. So this isn't going to be a dull brown black, and it's not going to be one of those muted purple blacks. This is a rich, deep, pitch black, blue black. Okay? So the light is almost just completely absorbed by the black. So we have dark French navy blue stripe flanked by equal width stripes of blue black. I think that would look very smart, actually. I think it would look very smart. I think it would really bring you into the 21st century and beyond. This is a look that I just started bringing out. So I think you will be quite ahead of the time. So, alright, so this one, it's actually a blend. It's a blend of merino wool and silk. So there's a little bit of a shine to it. There's this kind of sheen, not in any sort of oily or obnoxious way. It's just very, very faint. It's smooth. It's smooth and it's elegant. Elegant would be a good word for it. So it's an 85-15 blend. Just enough to get that little bit of sheen to it. Not shine, sheen. Okay? Alright, so does that sound like something perhaps you'd want to do? I know it's not pinstripe, and we haven't done navy and black before, but I really think it'll be an eye catcher. Okay, so we're gonna go with the 85% worsted merino wool, 15% silk blend in dark French navy blue and our blue-based black. I haven't found a cool name for that one yet. That's how new it is. So this will be good for the rest of the season, and I think maybe you might have to come back in for a linen suit in the summertime. But even still, I think this will keep you pretty cool, and the silk does it as well. It's good. It's good solid fabric. All right. Now we get to the fun part. So, as always with our bespoke suits, we've got a turnaround time of about 6 to 8 weeks right now. So I know it won't be in time for the season, but kind of ran that risk when you came here this late anyway. 6 to 8 weeks turnaround time. Now after that, even though my measuring was quite thorough, I would like to have you try it on here so we can do any necessary adjustments or tailoring. So we need you for an in-person consultation when suit is complete. Now, since we just have the pants, the jacket, the shell of the garment come in, and whatever you're gonna wear underneath it, so we can make sure it all works together. Or you could also just purchase one of those garments from me, of course. That's up to you. Okay, and then after that, depending on if we need to adjust or tailor at all, it'll be just a couple of days at most. So we usually say 3 days max. Now, if the suit just doesn't happen to work for you by the time we get you in here and adjust it, we will go ahead and remake the garment. I will do another measuring so that we can make sure there aren't any other little oddities for whatever reason. However, if it's because your size has changed, if you could let us know when you first start noticing that, we can get you back in, we can remeasure you, see if we can remake the garment or adjust it with those numbers in mind. We want it to fit you as best as it can. This is a work of art that you're going to be wearing. We want to make sure it fits perfectly, because there's absolutely nothing worse, absolutely nothing than an ill-fitting suit. Not even the plague. Not even the plague. I should know. But it happens. So, grace period. So usually the grace period's just a couple of weeks before we have everything cut out and mostly put together, and then it's just those little details that take a while. Okay. Other than that, I think that's about it. So I am gonna need a little bit of contact information from you, and I'm gonna need your signature so we can get this contract finalized. Then I can send you an invoice. That sound okay? Now here's the last chance. Can we interest you in any shoes or any ties, any pocket squares, any little cufflinks, anything of that nature? Okay, well, if you change your mind, you can let us know. I also might be able to talk you into it when you come back. Alright, contact information. It's much easier to get a hold of people these days. So, do you have a phone number? You have an address? Email? Anything like that? Email. Okay, and go ahead and spell it for me. 69,420, huh? Why did I think that was gonna happen in the first place? Alright, phone number. $420.69.96. Really? It's the area code. 420. Alright. Address for the invoice. Okay. 420 69th Street. East. City? Yeah, okay, so you're in Thailand these days. Alright. Zip code. Okay. Well, now that that unpleasantry is over, let's go ahead and get your signature here. So I've got all the measurements here if you want to take a look. I can send a copy of these when we send your invoice as well. That's up to you if you want to keep them on hand. Otherwise, I now have a convenient way to store these things instead of a box full of scrolls, so I can hold on to this as well. So if this is all good, if you could just sign at the bottom. Good. And if you could sign right here, this just states that you've read the terms of the service, that you are aware of the timeline dates, aware that it'll take 6 to 8 weeks, aware that you'll have to do an in-person consultation later. Okay. Good. And if you could just initial here with the contact information, just verify that, make sure that there's nothing that needs to be amended. Okay. And finally, if you could just sign and date at the bottom. Good. Okay. I think that'll do it. Is there anything else I can do for you? Okay. Well, we'll get to work on that suit, and I will be seeing you in about 6 to 8 weeks. Okay? Alright. Let me know if the size changes at all. We can remeasure, and let me know if there's anything you wish to add on at all. Alright, well, we'll see you later, B. Alright? Okay. Keep it sleazy.